Welcome to the Open Jaw Pink Couch. And our guest today is Mike Foster. And congratulations, you are celebrating a milestone.
We are.
5 years of Nexion.
5 years of being Nexion Canada, yes.
Nexion Canada, indeed. So tell me how you've seen the last 5 years. And one thing in particular that I'm very curious about is what you're seeing in terms of attracting newcomers to the industry, because that's a huge issue.
It is. It's an important time in our industry for those of us who've been in the industry for a long time, looking at retirement to look at the next generation coming in. And we're seeing a lot more entrance to the industry of all age groups, in fact. We've been seeing agents coming in who've studied travel and tourism in the past and went on to another career and are now looking at reviving that interest that they maybe started to explore and went down another path. We're looking at young people. We've got a number of young people joining us in their early 20s, which is great.
You're kidding. Early 20s.
Yes, indeed.
So what is it about travel? Because that's always been the hurdle that young people thought, it's not a career, it's dead in the water, wouldn't even consider it.
The industry's dying.
Exactly.
All that stuff,
and now you're saying they're coming in. What attracts them? I'm really curious.
I think it's probably just that there is some media now talking about the resurgence of the travel agent, rebounding of the travel agent, and even people traveling and dealing with travel agents and discovering that, hey, there is an opportunity perhaps, and I hadn't thought of it before. So it's been surprising to me as well, but it's been a pleasant surprise because we do need some young people in the industry, as well as people who are more mature or maybe retired from another industry.
Well, I would say we definitely, desperately need young people.
Yes, indeed.
Because, as you said, we're all getting older and we're worried about that. So now a young person who has probably limited business experience, obviously, how do you, because an older person who maybe have had other careers, right, are probably much easier.
Absolutely.
You just have to sort of teach them some of the travel industry proclivities, but a young person, a lot of training.
Absolutely. And actually, I entered the industry with a couple of partners. When I was 21, we opened our first agency. And at that time, we were part of a franchise organization where we did have that support, support of a head office with training and a variety of support functions. So we're delivering that now ourselves to our agents. So they're working from home or from storefront, but mainly from home. But we are providing the support. So the agent can focus on selling, serving their clients. So it's a little bit easier today than when I entered all those years ago, where you really did have to run the business as well as sell travel.
Right.
Today you can focus only on the selling of travel, so it's easier.
So true. And I want to ask you something else. Let's say 10 years ago, home-based agent was almost a dirty word, I mean, they were considered sort of the lowest of the low. And suppliers outside agents didn't respect necessarily. And then we started to see that in the U.S. it was, of course, now I think it's over 50%.
Yes.
And here, where are we
here
at approximately?
We're about 35%. We're about a third or more of agents are independent contractors, and in some cases working from home as employees as well.
As employees.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, has the perception shifted? It must, with that kind of momentum.
Absolutely. Some of our agents have been in the industry for as long as I have, who've developed a client base and an expertise, and they've just chosen a different lifestyle and a different way to sell travel. So you're right, in the old days, many years ago, it was perceived as somewhat of a card mill, people just looking for agent discounts and pretending to be a travel agent. But today we're finding people are actually focused on building a business.
Do you find it sometimes easier for an agent to build up their business when they are working from home and have contact within their community? Does that become an asset?
It's not so much the working from home that does. I think it's today's environment where you have social media and networking opportunities that didn't exist. When we first opened my agency many years ago, we depended on newspaper, walk-ins, location, signage, that stuff. But today, it's possible to network and to build your database of prospects and clients more in a social way through social media, maybe networking within your associations, whatever, your sports groups or gyms or churches or kids' schools, all those kinds of opportunities exist today. So it's a little bit easier, I think, in that way. It's less expensive to market yourself and to reach prospects.
Right. So you're saying the thing that hurt agents 20 years ago, internet, is now an asset for agents to build their business.
Yeah, I think it is. It's a tool. I think agents have really been great at adapting to these changes. Not all agents, obviously, some better than others, but for the most part, agents have really adapted this new kind of technology that we have at our fingertips today and have really expanded their reach. When we first opened our business all those years ago, our prospects and clients were in our neighborhood. If you could drive to us, walk to us, if you drove by our office and called us. But today, it's possible to have clients not only across the country, but really around the world.
Around the world. Indeed, indeed. Fascinating. I love it. I love seeing the growth of the industry and the agents reinventing themselves because, you know, when we launched Openshaw 18 years ago, it was with huge respect for travel agents and what they do, and now even more so, having seen everything that's happened in the last 20 years. Thank you for updating us.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
Good luck for the next 5 years, because I know we'll see even more growth from Nexion.
Absolutely, we're looking forward to it.
Okay, thank you, Mike.
My pleasure, thank you.